Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, remember, they are general readings, use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your key to the week this week, you have... Oh, okay, so you've got the Death card, endings, completions and culminations. Remember when the Death card shows up, one of the things that I often try to get my clients to sort of take on board, you know, once they get over the initial like, oh my God, it's the Death card, is this card really and truthfully, when the Death card shows up, the universe is giving you a chance to avoid the Tower. Right? You're being given a chance to let something go with grace. If you do so, you avoid meeting the Tower, right? This is where, when the Death card shows up, it's basically to say change is needed, transformation is needed, something is coming to a close or to an end. And it's important that you let it, right? There's something that is now obsolete in your life. It's no longer doing what it says on the tin. Maybe it's not delivering. Maybe it doesn't make you feel good, whatever the case might be. In all of these different areas of life, there are close downs taking place. For your actions and options, you've got the Empress, right? So the Empress and the Devil, it's a very interesting combination. It's a very sexual combination as well, actually. So one of the ways that this may show up, it's kind of like this week you are demonstrating with ease what makes you good at what you do, right? So you're making something look very easy. It's also very possible this week that your actions or what you're moving towards is to streamline a process in some regard. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, with the Empress, it really is about improvement, right? Because the Empress is like that glow up card. Now, what this says is that the options that are available to you are to make the best of something, right? To make the best out of what you have. And with the Death card here, tempering this, it basically says the way that you make whatever it is that you're working on the best that it could be is to take away what is no longer working, to take away what is obsolete, to take away what is superfluous even, all right? You've got to find the joy and pleasure in releasing what really doesn't serve to grow you. Now, when it comes to your communications and conversations, you have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is an air sign woman, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The Empress is Venus. So this is a Libran woman. She shows up for you very strong in your career and or your academic sector. Now, I have to tell you the characteristics of this woman is she's very fair, but she's got a mouth like a sewer. So I always say with the Queen of Swords, she's got a mouth like a sewer, but a heart full of gold. Now, this may be a conversation in your work or in your studies where it highlights something that you're going to have to fight for. Now, this Libra woman is coming forward and she is going to help and or support you, but she's also going to test you. She's going to push you. This isn't just about stroking your ego and saying like, oh, you know, wonderful Capricorn, aren't you amazing, and all of that. Like, she's really going to push you to be the best that you can be, to get the most out of you. And because you've got the Death card here, there's something that she highlights to you about your character or your approach that if you can let it go, you know, once you get over the initial, what the fuck, I'm perfect, I'm Capricorn, bow down, bitch. Or once you get past the, the initial, the truth is that this could actually be something that really advances you and your career. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, if there is a fight or a battle that you've been having with your institution, let it go. You're not going to make any progress with this, and the truth be told, you're not the first person to raise this, so it may be a case of what is needed is not necessarily being right, but it's actually the numbers proving or you know, saying the same thing or singing from the same hymn sheet, as we say here in the UK. It's not going to be brute force that does it, or even that Capricorn determination. It's going to be numbers, right? There's strength in numbers, the saying goes. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, similar kind of energy, right? Whoever this person is, they can be an absolute ball buster. And with the death card, it's like maybe you stop trying to, you know, to conquer them or dominate them or go toe to toe with them, and you just really step back with ease, and it changes or shifts their entire vibration, which is usually very often the case anyway. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, your Queen of Swords is about contracts as well. Now you've got this with the death card. It is very possible that a contract that you had with your business or in your business, maybe that you thought was solid, now goes away. It's very possible that you could kind of see this just close down, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I really thought that was going to be something. And yet, whoever this Queen of Swords is comes forward and says, you know, that didn't work out for you. Are you interested in this? For those of you that are retired and no longer working, again, if there is a familial argument, challenge, issue, or dispute that's come up, particularly around or with the women in your family, this could go a long way to fixing that. On a more sort of, on a broader scale than that, the Queen of Swords might actually be that you decide, you know what, I was going to go down this route because I thought I was going to do A, B, and C with it, but actually it's ruining the hobby for me. So it's like maybe you look at a hobby or some kind of experience that you have and you say, you know what, I don't want to turn this into a business because that would leech the fun out of it, right? For your love and relations, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a patience card, right? So if you are partnered, married, or in long-term commitment, if you're having troubles, challenges, and issues or crisis or conflict in your relationship, the Seven of Pentacles is basically saying have more patience. But you've got this next to the Queen of Swords, and you've got all of this under the auspices of the Death card, which means in some way maybe the relationship doesn't have to end, but it does have to change. It does have to evolve, and if it doesn't, it won't survive. So there is a need here to do things differently to how you've done them before. It might also, as well, for those of you that are buying into, you know, they call it the sunk cost fallacy, where you make yourself, like, where you believe like, oh, well, I've been in this relationship long enough, and, you know, if I leave it, then I've wasted all of that time. That's bollocks. That is absolute bollocks. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. Now, for those of you that are staying in your relationships, etc., the Seven of Pentacles really looks at where you are both invested on a material level in the relationship, whether you are or are you not. That'll be a big conversation this week. And then for those of you that are single, you could be deliberating what it looks like to be in a relationship. There might be some ideas around relationship, around love, etc., that really change for you this week. You might, you know, start to look at love, partnership, and relationship as really different, and then you say to yourself like, wow, I thought it was this, I thought that what I wanted was this, this, and this, when actually, you know, it doesn't look anything like that at all. So it's like, you know, it's really shifting and changing what you believe is a right investment for a relationship. For your money and materials, you've got the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, this could be the end of so whenever I see the heavy cards in the money sector, sometimes it can be the end of the hardship or the end of poverty or the end of, you know, maybe you literally, like the Ten of Swords could literally be like the paying of the final, like it's a final payment. So it's like whatever you had on finance, you make the final payment and you're like, yes, I own it. I no longer have to pay that. It is the Ten of Swords, which does tend to bring a bit of crisis, I'm sorry to say. You have this with the Death card. There is a financial loss here, but it doesn't feel like it's yours. This is either a family member, a partner, a spouse, a friend, a sibling. It's like you're watching somebody else go through a hard financial experience. You know, on the heavier side of it, it could also be, because it's, you know, this is the money and material sector, this could be that you see somebody lose a home, right? I really hope I'm wrong on that front, but it is a very real possibility, so something to consider. The other thing around the Ten of Swords and finance as well, this can be where you give up, where you kind of say, actually, you know what, I've been carrying you, this, them, that for long enough, I'm not doing it anymore. When it comes to your home and environment, the Ten of Swords, this is like final nail in the coffin, where you kind of say, you know what, I'm ready to be done with this place. I was hoping I would be able to get round this, but I have to talk about it because the combination is there. The Death card with the Ten of Swords is one of the combinations that truly represents death. And so, you know, it's possible that an older family member or in-law, etc., could pass this week. I really hope I'm wrong on this front, and if that is the case, it's very likely to be a woman. All right, and then finally, when it comes to no, I've done all of the sectors. With that said, if you want to book your personal session with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.